And I am finally up to date. War 8 finished earlier this evening, and this is War 8 against 4 Loki, so this is actually a massive war because there's a lot of mutual friends between our two alliances, and a lot of YouTubers. They've got the more popular ones, we've got the more skilled, logical, the ones who discover things. But no, yeah, the two alliances have a lot of friendly banter. It was very competitive, but of course, like I say, friendly competition, determined to come out on top. So for Loki, I think most people would be aware of the alliance in the game. They are very strong, but they've been having somewhat of an off season, not up to their usual strengths, but they won in their last war before this, and as a result of us losing and them winning, we were just one place ahead of them going into this war. So it was that upped the stakes even more, and they always step their game up against us, from what I've been told. This is the first time I'm actually coming up against 4 Loki, so I've heard they always step up their game against SSx, and we sometimes seem to make most of our mistakes against them, it sounds like, and as you can see, maybe that's rubbed off on me. I went into this fight really nervous just because I actually did all of my fights in one go, one set of boosts in what was the morning for me, so most of the war was done. It was very, very tight, and I was like, don't be the guy to screw this up, don't be the guy. And as you can see there, I took one combo to the face from throwing a heavy from such a distance. I don't know why I thought it would reach, and then I blocked a special one instead of dexing. I just didn't react quick enough and got stunned and beat up a little, but still 82% health. We're pretty decently boosted and pretty confident. Then we hit into him a bit there while he's unstoppable. It gets a little sketchy, but we survive there, get the special one out. Then I think we land here. We get a nice intercept then, take the fight back into our control. He also comes out of Wrath, and that kind of helped at the end to clean it up. Yeah, Vega, I'm sure will enjoy seeing this one. I've sent to him as well. He wanted to see some of the fights against his defenders, so he'll get a good laugh out of that one, watching me be a bit of a scrub. But the nerves were kind of out there. I was like, okay, you survived that. This is an easy Doom fight, second fight of the war. So I think the only real risk here is this, this heavy hitter. So if he, tenacity shrugs your stun, you might not react quick enough, you might take a heavy. But other than that, Doom's just got so much control over his power game. But I'm going to stop talking over this one because there's not really much else to say. Just knock him down when you can to get the Fury, remove his protection. Yeah, I was just talking about how easy it was, and yeah, I took a combo, but I just felt the invulnerability boost there. It needed some use, right? Don't want it to be a complete waste, so yeah. Doom will handle this one, and I'll be back for the next fight. So yeah, as you can see, nice easy Doom solo there. Sorry Liza, she's a former member of SSx as well, I believe, was over here at one point, and is one of the mutual friends they all seem to share. But yeah, we go into our third fight now. It is Doom versus Hulkbuster, and I mean, this is one where, again, just really confident in Doom's ability to handle it. I was just warned, don't throw special 3s as part of Doom's usual cycle, because obviously his armor being up reduces ability accuracy, and so it might fail. The main plan was, just put a power star boost on, because why not? Just so I can nullify the initial armor, be a little safer, and it will carry on into the next fight, so, I figured it was worth it. We do just handle this one pretty simple. So yeah, it's a 4A. So of course it's the one where when they throw a special, you get a heal block and armor break debuff on you. that again, I've mentioned before, they don't stack, so that's, you know, it's really good in terms of not having 3 debuffs on you. But Doom is also armor break immune, so there's that too. And yeah, pretty comfortable at the end here as he gets into his final, I think 15% of health. He starts to trigger some extra armor and buffs, and therefore some start to fail, but it's just still so easy for Doom. And you know, he's got a nice easy special 1 to bait, so I tried to not push into any special 2s, which will also just take unnecessary block damage. But this is also my last Doom fight of the war, so I could really have, you know, just gone for it a bit more, but you know, I played it safe. Figured, you know, just be careful, don't want to throw anything silly away in such an easy fight for me. And then the next fight is Ebony Maw. So yeah, this is just one where, again, not too worried about the node. It seems pretty straightforward, but Maw is one of those ones where you can take a bit of degen damage if, you know, you dex, or he puts a Fury on you from a special 1 and then throws another special 1 to nullify. So that's something I actually mitigate a little later in the fight, where I have the Fury on me, so I just, you know, stop hitting into him because I don't want to give him power. I just take some parries and build up my smolders that way. Wait out the Fury, a nice safe way to do it, but probably wasn't necessary. You know, just my last torch fight, I could have afforded that degen. I did heal up to near enough full from the sasquatch fight. This goes so smooth that honestly I probably didn't even need to, but you know, you take your precautions, you heal up to be safe in wars as tight as this one. And yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward fight for torch. There's nothing really to worry about here. So you can see there, I just go for it at the end here. So he could have maybe thrown that special 1 and degened me a bit, but he was so low, we were going to close it out. And on to the 5th and final fight of the war. We have a Penny Parker on the enhanced auto block, Spry, Limber, Brute Force, all of that. Pandaman Pete's Penny Parker. So this one I was assigned with Mags. I've never actually faced Penny Parker before in war, so this was a little bit nervy going in. But yeah, you know, she was quite, you know, one of those ones who was talked up a lot when she was released to be really, really solid on defense. But honestly, I haven't seen her causing too many problems for people. She is still a good defender, I'd say, in the right places, but overall doesn't cause too many problems. And this is one where it was actually quite interesting, and I think this is the perks of always talking through fights with other people before you do them, because I had a game plan in my mind, and almost last minute before this fight, I spoke to a friend of mine called Ava in a different alliance. He's in DSVG, and you know, he had fortunately seen someone take it and was able to send me some really useful footage, and it just reassured me that I can just parry heavy this Mags. Even with the Limber there, the stun will last long enough for him to get a heavy off. You can't do the heavy charge from your parries, but you can do it there. That's why I practiced in duels, you know, just off her special 1. I think the spacing is quite easy to get to grips with, to then just punish her special 1 with a heavy that you've charged up to get your prowess up and get it ready. So yeah, Mags bypasses her auto block, so there's that. You can still get power drained, so you do have to be careful of that, and sometimes you will have seen me getting that power burn there, like it just came up a moment ago. But I get my 35 prowess, I get to my special 3. Actually, when I threw this as well, I was thinking like, okay, how much of her health have I got to get with the special 3? And I looked up her health and was like, oh, only 14%. So yeah, it was really comfortable. So yeah, this screenshot is actually just after I finished my fights, just to give you an idea of how tight a war this was. When I was going into it, I knew there was a death between us. And this is our final standings for RBG. We did really well, and we're really proud of that effort. Only 1 death, which was 2 Domino on that Footloose Kinetic. It was someone else this time, not me. She's horrible, isn't she? But as an alliance, that 6-5 lead we had eventually slipped away. We had one really unfortunate death, and then we were always getting beat for time. We knew it, so we knew we had to hold that 6-5 lead. We didn't. We had one unfortunate death that brought it to 6-all. And then it was just a kind of waiting game. We got our fights down. I think for Loki had maybe 10 fights or so to go. When we had all of ours done, it was just watching them and waiting. And then all 10 fights just suddenly started to go down quite quick, soon after each other, especially the last few fights. They just blitzed through and showed, why they are known as one of the strongest alliances. So yeah, solid from then, solid from both sides really. I don't think either side can be disappointed with only 6 deaths. That's pretty solid. Obviously, at the very top, you do want to kind of aim sub 5, but strong war from both, and it does suck to lose on a fight duration tie break when, things like suicide masteries and what level of boost you apply, and maybe do you pick a faster option rather than a safer option for a fight. There's so many little things you could think about, but ultimately they got the win, so congratulations to them, but we can't be too disheartened by it. We fought well, and we just got to pick ourselves up for the next war. We are now, after 8 wars, 4-all for the season, so that is not bad at all by any means, but we do have to be really focused going into these last 4 wars to ensure that we can keep ourselves and get that Masters finish that so far we've performed for and deserve, but the season's 12 wars, not 8, and we've got to finish strong. So, chin up to the guys who maybe feel a bit bad about their deaths today, but, we all have those moments, so yeah, we'll fight and hopefully close the season out and get Masters. But yeah, finally I've caught up on a backlog of all my videos, and yeah, looking forward to War 9 kicking off soon. Yeah, take care all.